biggest story tonight, and I'm Deepthi Sachdeva. Let's begin with our complete focus, ladies and gentlemen, this election season on the big battle of the state of Karnataka. Yes, where else but Republic is going to be your election news headquarters, where we'll get you the numbers, we'll tell you which are the faces, which are the issues. And really, this battle today, that is a do-or-die battle for the Congress party that is looking at some bit of hope, possibly from the state of Karnataka to the BJP that continues to want to ensure that Karnataka remains in its kitty. But clearly, this is not going to be easy. Remember, every election season, ladies and gentlemen, has a lot of controversies. But before I tell you more about the controversy, let me also tell you what the Election Commission actually has announced. The Election Commission earlier has announced that the voting for the state of Karnataka is going to take place on May the 10th. Remember, it is a single-phase election. The verdict on the 13th of May. And this is an election where you have the Congress, like I said, fighting for its survival, the BJP wanting to continue to hold the state of Karnataka and to send a larger message, remember, down south, that the BJP no longer is just a Brahmin Banya party limited to the northern cow belt, but also, as it said, gateway to the south. Karnataka could just mean that it will be able to breach the fortress in the state of Telangana, Tamil Nadu, where it is continuously eyeing and working right now for those gains, versus a JDS that is also, remember, fighting for its survival quite literally. The JDS much largely has been a kingmaker. The JDS already has said that we have got offers from both the BJP and the Congress. But before we begin, talking to our guest, helping us understand what this Karnataka battle is all about, let's bring out the first controversy that already is causing a lot of tremors this election season. Like I said, the Congress party here and its man Friday in the state of Karnataka, DK Shivakumar, is seen showering wads of cash literally at an election rally in Mandya. Now, he's also responded to this entire story. Listen in to this very, very bizarre explanation that DK Shivakumar actually offers.
I have not offered any money to any voter. As a Indian custom tradition for the flock and for the woman who give the tilak, we just give them some small tips to them. That is our tradition. I was on the top, so I just tried to drop that money. Could not transfer. I did not have the connectivity. Some 2,000 rupees or something to 4 of them. Because a lot of women was there putting tilak and flock artists were there. I am not a fool. I am also a matured political leader. I know what is my responsibility. Okay, some of them want to hear up, keep me under limelight. I wish them all the best.
So DK Shivakumar there saying he's only following a tradition. He says this is a ritual. Let's get in our colleague Prajwal. Then we'll also, in fact, go to our entire panel of guests. I also do see our colleague Ganeri. Remember, Republic's biggest reporting team already on ground zero, because this election season, remember, has a lot at stake, particularly for Shyam Prasad Meka, leader of the Congress party, joining us, along with Captain Ganesh Karthik, the BJP spokesperson. Also, T.R. Prasad Gowda, the JDS leader, on our panel. But first to you, Prajwal, because you've been closely tracking this entire story now. There is this DK Shivakumar who says, listen, it's not a big deal. It is just a ritual. And he can, be seen showering these wads of cash quite literally. Is this what people also say? Or there is going to be a huge issue with this, particular image, considering that the Prime Minister, Prajwal, already has said corruption is the #1 issue this election season?
Absolutely, Deepthi. This time around in the poll-bound state of Karnataka, there will be one thing, which is corruption versus development as well. There has been massive charges which has been put against the BJP regarding the 40% corruption as well. But on the other hand, the BJP is countering the Congress as well as the JDS in the state of Karnataka with its development pitch too. But before that, to just give you a recap of what exactly happened at the Prajadhwani Yatra in Srirangpatna at Mandya district, was the fact that DK Shivakumar was seen throwing bundles of 500 rupees. And to be very precise, in DK Shivakumar's words, he's clearly gone on and stated that he had gone on to pay a sum of 2,000 rupees to four folk artists who were seen performing at the Prajadhwani Yatra as well. But is this the way to be handing out money? This is something which is being largely questioned. And the BJP has also now asked, stating that action should be taken against DK Shivakumar. But that said, DK Shivakumar has defended himself, stated that he's a matured politician and he knows what to do as well. That will be left to the people of Karnataka to decide. But in the upcoming elections, Deepthi, as I was earlier stating, it is corruption versus development as well. Because on one hand, we see a slew of developmental projects which has been launched by the BJP. The Jal Jeevan Mission, where 63.8 lakh households of people in Karnataka have received drinking water. On the second, we are also seeing a massive commuting infrastructure in the form of the Bengaluru-Mysuru Expressway, in the form of the metro station connecting KR-Puram and Whitefield, which is now an emerging IT hub in Bengaluru. And also, let's not forget the chopper facility factory, which has been put up by the center there, which is being managed by the HAL in Gubbi in Tumkuru as well. So these are some of the developmental projects as well. And largely the focus of the central government has been on education, on health, as well as agriculture too this time around. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi also recently, when he spoke in Davangere, clearly stated that the farmers, the state government will make sure that the farmers will get the most benefits as well. Because the first tranche, Deepthi, the first tranche of money for over 6 lakh farmers was released by the central government, a sum of 6,000 rupees, and also by the state government a sum of 4,000 rupees. So under the Kisan Samman Yojana, by far, this has been the highest amount of money which has been released as well. And this is something which the BJP has been highlighting. And secondly, the central leadership of the BJP party has stated that corruption has no
there is
place
so
in
much
the party.
to talk about when it comes to the state of Karnataka. And it's ironic. It is ironic today that, you know, in a day and time and a narrative that the Prime Minister really has set forward about corruption being the #1 issue. Shyam Prasad Mehka, how are you even able to smile when you look at these images and you hear what Prajwal is telling us? Is corruption no big deal? DK Shivakumar can be sitting there, you know, just throwing those wads of cash because by hook or crook election jeetna hai. Are you not concerned about how public and the voter is going to perceive this image?
Deepthi, I am deeply concerned at the way we are treating our election process and our constitution. Number one.
No, this is DK Shivakumar.
Very
Mr. Mehka, why don't you call up DK Shivakumar or the party high command? Why are they not calling him and telling him that, listen, you cannot do this? He's justifying all this by saying this is a ritual.
Let me speak, Deepthi. Let me speak. You asked a question, I am speaking. See, I don't accept or approve throwing up the cash like that, because of this our Indian culture, and also it's not the way. If as per his explanation, if Mr. DK Shivakumar want to give the ladies as per the tradition, he should have chosen a different way. I'm clear on that. Second, you asked me about why am I laughing? Because with all due respect, Prajwal is actually playing the role of the BJP spokesperson here in our panel. Prajwal need to talk about the election, the issues.
You know, Mr. Mehka.
But why
Mr.
is
Mehka,
he so hurried to
at least,
dole out central government?
I just want to say one thing, sir, with respect. You've been on a number of debates. You've been on a number of debates with me. And what I can guarantee is that, you know, we listen to all viewpoints. But the point is, the moment, you know, you have difficult questions being asked of you, you have a reporter speaking about the ground reality, it's very good and easy to label them as a BJP spokesperson, a Congress spokesperson, or whatever else. You know, like Rahul Gandhi famously said, "Hawa nikal gayi." Mr. Mehka, you should be also careful, sir, of the kind of words that you're using. Because what you're telling me today, and the Congress party, you know, taking this moral high ground on corruption, it does not juxtapose well with these images of DK Shivakumar. He is not any karyakarta. He is DK Shivakumar, possibly one of your chief ministerial face in the state of Karnataka. Why hasn't the High Command acted against him?
But the point is, in the Karnataka, yes, corruption is the biggest issue. The 40% government, which has
How can you say corruption is an issue when your own Neta today is seen with wads of cash and he's justifying this?
I am not justifying. I told you clearly.
You don't today have a locus standi to talk about this.
But I can't speak for DK Shivakumar.
Okay, today you don't want to say much, but let me get in Mr. Gowda. Let me get in Mr. Gowda, and then I'll also have a question for Captain Ganesh Karnik. Now, Mr. Gowda, the JDS has announced that we've got offers from both the BJP and the Congress. You've announced that you have offers from both the parties. The JDS still believe that you could be in a kingmaker position. Are you willing to do with business with the Congress party, the same Congress party that wants to take a moral high ground on corruption, and look at what their netas are doing? Do you have any advice for DK Shivakumar today?
As a matter of fact, we are trying to form our government on our own, and with a simple majority of 123. For that, our concentration. And we are doing Pancharatna Ratha Yatra. We have already completed Pancharatna Ratha Yatra. Our former Chief Minister HD Kumaraswamy has completed one round of Ratha Yatra all over Karnataka. He has traveled across the state more than 8,000 kilometers, and we are trying to form our own government on our own. But a matter of fact, we are not keen on forming government neither with Congress nor with BJP, because we had a bad experience with both the parties. We wanted to give the good governance in the coming after these elections, and Kumaraswamy will be our chief minister, and we do not want any kind of.
Mr. Gowda, you are also much like Mr. Mecca ducking that question, because you obviously want to keep your doors open. You don't want to say anything against the Congress or the BJP because you never know. कि post-poll alliance में किसके साथ business करना पड़ेगा. Mr. Gowda, that's the problem. You do not have political parties today wanting to take a strict and a direct position against corruption. Does this not help the BJP? Does this not help the BJP? I think Mr. Mecca and Mr. Gowda, you must think about this. As I want to take one quick question with Captain Ganesh Karnik.
He's also party
now, Captain Saab, corruption, both the Congress and the JDS allege is a huge issue. It's a huge issue today in the state of Karnataka. B.S. Yediyurappa, who was once removed because of a lot of charges against him, today is back in the saddle. He possibly could be calling a lot of shots. Then you have the likes of Mr. Ishwarappa, who had to be removed from the party because, again, of the contractors writing letters to the Prime Minister. But you also not acted against them. So can you also take a moral high ground on corruption?
Dipti, good evening to you, and greetings to Mr. Mekaji and Mr. Gowdaji, and my best wishes to both of them for the election. Okay. I wholeheartedly welcome the Election Commission's decision to conduct the election on the 10th of May. Now, corruption is a serious issue. I openly accept the fact that it is an issue which bothers every ordinary citizen. And corruption has been talked for quite some time in Karnataka. Two issues you mentioned. One about Mr. Yediyurappa. He has come out of all the cases of corruption charged against him during the first term as the chief minister. And second name you mentioned is Mr. Ishwarappa, who was a former minister and who had to resign. And subsequently, the inquiry was ordered, and this inquiry also has given him a clean chit. So we have zero tolerance. That is why when Lokayukta conducted a raid on one of our sitting MLA's son, the party took a very clear stand, and the MLA in question is under custody now. And the 40% that you mentioned.
But that is only because, sir, that is also, I must also add this information because you are being judicious with that information. You're not sharing that. That only happened when the anticipatory bail of this man was cancelled by the court. He wasn't allowed an anticipatory bail, and that is why there was no other option but to arrest him.
No, exactly. See, when the people go to court on requesting for anticipatory bail, it is judicial. We cannot get involved. It is the police who have to do it. The minute it was rejected, we have arrested him, and not one leader from BJP has talked in favor of Mr. Madal Virupaksa's involvement in the so-called scandal and Lokayukta raid. And against the Congress decision of removing Lokayukta, we have reintroduced Lokayukta, and the first raid has been on BJP MLA's son. So, as far as we are concerned, it is zero tolerance to corruption. And secondly, if there is anything alleged against BJP as 40%, tell me, I myself on the debate I mentioned, if anybody has any iota of evidence with regard to 40%, you don't believe in the government, please go to Lokayukta. But they have been talking about it. They've never gone to Lokayukta, including the person who made a complaint against one of our sitting minister, Mr. Muniratna. When Muniratna went to court on a defamation suit, the president of the Contractors Association was behind bars. He did not even attend the court. He jumped the summons. So people have been talking about 40% without any evidence whatsoever. So BJP is zero to tolerance to corruption.
It is Captain Ganesh Karthik, this is such an important and a fascinating conversation. But unfortunately, I'm a little short of time. But let me ask you. Is Basavaraj Bommai your chief ministerial candidate? Is Yes,
so
Karnik Sahab, I stand corrected. Is Basavaraj Bommai your chief ministerial candidate?
See, you're jumping the horse actually. So election will bring out elected members to the assembly, and the parliamentary board has to take a call on that.
Okay.
As of now, he's our chief minister.
All right.
And under his
what about you? What about you, Mr. Mecca? What about you, Mr. Mecca? Is it going to be Siddaramaiah or DK Shivakumar?
See, I'll tell you, the question is irrelevant to Congress party because Congress party always stood by the stand that the legislature party will elect. Now, I'm glad that the BJP spokesperson is copying our stand. And now, let me have 30 seconds. The impetus that is given by Bharat Jodo Yatra in Karnataka, and two, the corruption, extreme corruption of the Karnataka state government, and three, the united fight that the Karnataka
But you
Congress
cannot know, Mr. Mecca. People will ask you this. Even though Mr. Gowda is not saying this in as many words, but the point is, people will ask you this, that how can you preach on corruption and DK Shivakumar be allowed to throw wads of cash like this at a rally in Mandya? Rahul Gandhi is reaching Karnataka, wanting to begin his yatra, but will he sack this man? Will this man be booked? Mr. Mecca, those are questions that the Congress will have to deal with. We've run out of time. But I promise to all of you gentlemen that over at least the next many days, we will put our focus on the Karnataka election. Many issues. This is going to be a fascinating election, the first big election of the year 2023. I thank all of you gentlemen for speaking to us and for your time. We quickly head into a break. Also thanking our colleagues Prajwal, Aneri, who've been getting us a lot of insight on the other side. We are back with lots more.